When we last met, we were in the shadowy, cold, fetid mire of Ravenloft. But this time, our adventures bring us back to Faerûn, to the warm, dusty sands of the Anauroch Desert.
Yeah.
Home to all manner of magical tragedy, cultist, evil factions, good factions.
Oh.
The terrain is just as likely to kill you as the things that live inside the dunes, so good luck to you all. You know, after the last game, you guys said, when are we gonna put the dragons in Dungeons & Dragons? And the Anauroch Desert has many opportunities for you to encounter a dragon, since you were all so eager for that.
I, for one, am very excited.
I too am excited.
I'm excited.
You know,
I am excited.
I've yet to see a dungeon and I've yet to see a dragon, and I hope to see both.
You'll have to roll your dice and find out. You are all members of an elite but secretive magical faction known as the Order of the Ninth Quill. The Order of the Ninth Quill is not the most renowned faction operating in the Anauroch Desert, where indeed a number of different organizations vie for power. For those of you not in the know, the Anauroch Desert is the resting place of the flying cities of Netheril. And when they were plucked out of the sky, they crashed down onto the continent of Faerûn in this exact spot, taking all of their treasures and magical secrets with them, where they now rest beneath a blanket of ice and sand. There are those who seek the secrets buried in the sands for nefarious purposes. There are those who believe they could accomplish great good with them. And you are the order that tries to keep a semblance of balance by undermining and pitting them against each other and working against all of them simultaneously. And so it is that you are summoned to your Mission Keeper's home. Carmina Safar is the oldest dragonborn that any of you can possibly imagine. She wears impossibly thick glasses that kind of sit at the end of a very wrinkly nose. Her eye bags have eye bags, but we don't judge here. And her wizard robes, once impressive, are now kind of shrouded with a crocheted blanket in the shape of a crescent moon. She is perhaps the most powerful wizard you all know. Come in, come in. Oh, I think I had a mission briefing here somewhere. Wait, I do think I'm supposed to go over what the last mission for you all was. Oh, hi, Sailor. Hi, darling. How are you? Let me get a good look at you.
Mind those dates you used to have? Can I take one of those?
Absolutely.
The ones with the walnuts in them?
I've got them in the dish on the desk. You can treat yourself, honey. Come on in. And how did your last mission go, Sailor?
Oh, you know me, not too bad, not too shabby. So this is Sailor. There's only a few people that actually know his real name, and that's his tribe of Asimirs that live in the deep desert. He's about 6 foot tall. He is a monk, and specifically he is a warrior of the mystic arts subclass. And he's well built but not big, kind of like a Patrick Swayze type, body of a kind of a dancer. His eyes are almost brilliant blue. They're almost to the point where they seem like they have a power source behind them. He's a sand surfer, and he rides the dunes with his siblings, trying to watch over the desert. His last mission, you sort of see him on his wind skiff, which is something that the whole tribe make when they come of age, using very ancient magic. And he's drifting across to an oasis, and there's something deeply wrong with the well of this oasis. Well, you know, I got down there, and I realized there was trouble afoot. The oasis was dry, which has never happened before in living memory. And I came upon, much to my surprise, a crouching figure of a clay golem, just standing there. Ended up going down, and wouldn't you know it, little fellow was just lonely, standing in the middle of this oasis, sucking up all the water, not knowing what to do. So I kindly asked the clay golem to deposit the water back where it came. Sadly, I didn't realize it would fade him away. But I stayed with him, holding his hand, until he crumbled back into the mud.
Oh, yes, the Oasis job. Yes, I think that's why you're mission lead on this one. Team leader.
I start laughing. Okay, well, that's a good one.
Oh, excuse me, miss, as the biggest one here, maybe I could be.
Oh, they haven't told you.
Tell me what?
Let me get you those dates.
Yeah, I'm gonna cross over with her and just give her a hand.
You hear a knock on the door. Hello. I think I'm in the right place.
Sorry, man, you can't be here. This is
Oh
private.
no, I think I'm supposed to be here. Thank you. What?
Well, you know, Piri sometimes uses disguises.
Yes, Piri is Pirouette Pennypetal, my mother. I am Cadmus Pennypetal, and I am a 6th level human transmuter wizard. He's got like a Remy Malik weirdness. He's kind of small, he's about 5 feet. The most pristine purple flowing robes. But it's more function than flow. This has like been designed for the situation he's walking
You're
into.
her husband?
No, her son.
Son?
Cadmus Pennypetal.
Never mentioned having a son.
No, not once.
I find that hard to believe. You must be mistaken.
No, she's pretty clear about that. She never mentioned
In fact,
son
she
at
said
all.
something along the lines of, I don't want children ever.
Yeah, they get in the way or something?
Something like that.
Well, you didn't attend the Bring Your Children to Work day.
I went to boarding school, so I wouldn't have been able to attend anyway. So.
You went to school in Everesca,
Yes, I am.
where Piri trained.
Yeah, well, yes.
Where's your boss?
Do you mean Big A?
Anthon Welkin Olma, I don't know.
You hang out with Alden Omar?
He's my boss.
He's revered at Everesca.
All right, so what happened? What happened to him? Where is he?
He's not very good at sort of, you know, keeping tabs on himself. So I had to go and fetch him from the Witches' Festival, which I did. And I brought him back, and it's all okay. And you're going to see him very shortly.
Kind of skipping over a couple of meaningful moments in their tale, no?
I just want to clarify as well, it was the Witchlight Carnival.
How does everyone know about? I just met these people. How does everyone know what I've been doing? I'm sorry.
I was on the mission with you. I was there.
That's right.
Yeah. It's okay. I have one of those faces where people
You have one of those, yeah.
where people just kind of forget that I'm there. No problem.
What was your name again?
It's Sapphira.
Oh, yes, Cormira, come sit.
That's your name. Okay.
Oh, but what happened on the mission before this one, Samira?
Sapphira. Sapphira Horayas. She is a high elf, 6 foot tall. She's got dark brown skin, golden, like sunlit eyes, long black cascading curly hair. She wears like a very simple white dress with like blue tunics and like a brown leather corset. She is a Vestige patron warlock. You know, it was a simple mission, or at least that's what we'd been told. And she's on an overlook with like, I guess like magical binoculars, seeing this trail of smugglers, you know, on like horseback with a wagon.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely. Nat 1.
Get it out of the way early.
Now
Get it out of the
one.
way early.
As you're looking through your looking glass at the group, you miss a flanking group of operatives off in the dark.
Simple mistake. I mean, it could happen to anybody. It just happened to happen to me. We had been informed that it was only going to be about five or six smugglers. It turned out it was like 15.
Yes, I believe that's what we call in the business a TPK.
Right. I've been warned about those.
Here it says you were marked for offboarding.
Yes, I was in my offboarding.
This is a bit awkward.
Right. Well, they told me to come here, and I think this is sort of my last shot.
Hey, you know what they say? Gods love a trier.
Listen, Salira, I'm sure you're gonna find a team you fit in perfectly with.
54 tries, and you know, we don't give
54?
up yet.
You've been through 54 groups.
But who's counting?
Maybe you
Let
should
me
be the
just
group leader. I
look
mean, I
through
don't know.
your
I think-
references.
We don't.
While she pulls up the dossier that holds your mission history, Lil P, what was your last mission and how did it go?
Well, so glad you asked. This is Princess Hobnip. She is a fighter and arcane archer. She has kind of sticky up orange hair, like a very cute face, but like the body of a very built pro wrestler. The cutest little face you've ever seen, but
I love
built
her.
like a brick.
Yeah.
You know?
But she kind of is a Goliath, kind of
She
is a little
Goliath,
brick-like.
and she's a Goliath.
Yeah.
Listen, Big A, he's a bit of a loose cannon. I was sent to get him back from the witch fair. You know, the witch fair?
The Witchlight Carnival.
Light, as in like, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Little P actually exaggerates quite a lot of her stories.
Yeah.
Like, quite significantly. Because next thing I know, right, we're 3 witches and 2 dragons deep, yeah? We're bouncing the beers back, yeah, innit? And I'm like, where's Big A?
Hold up. Dragons or Dragonborn?
The dragon. Like a real dragon. Yeah.
Carmina kind of like closes your mission brief and goes, from my understanding, Hobnip, there was no dragon. You went to the Witchlight Carnival, ate and drank substances that you weren't supposed to. And
Oh no, that was a dragon.
there was no dragon.
Maybe there wasn't a dragon.
You were tripping, my dear. You completely botched the mission, unfortunately.
Maybe I did. But doesn't everyone deserve a second chance? I can prove myself, I promise. If you make me the leader of this mission, I will make sure everyone comes back in one piece. Or maybe 2.
As you say this, you hear the telltale jingling of the man whom you are tasked to bodyguard. Last time you saw him, he was a glistening, blue-scaled dragonborn, tattooed down the chest in plunging royal blue robes, a rather imperious level 10 wizard that you've come to accompany on a lot of your adventures together. You expect his familiar form to enter Carmina's doorway, and instead, that of a tiny frog comes hopping in with gold chains and gold ringlets with a wet slap. Every jingle makes it unmistakable. Ah, yeah, sometimes Witchlight adventures end like that.
Oh no, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad.
You hear the wet slapping as he hops up to your ankles,
I don't know.
looking up at you expectantly. You see 2 little flappy legs come up.
I don't know. I think the critter looks kind of cute, no?
A true polymorph is no joke, my dear.
Oh, he's stuck that way?
It is going to take powerful transmutation magic to get him back into a form that's useful to us.
Does he look angry?
No.
Can he speak?
For true polymorph, I think you have to be able to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you can speak with animals, or if you know a way to speak with animals, as it puts up its little bright blue paw pads at you, you do notice that one of the bangles it's wearing is a magic ring. Both hands kind of offer you the ring.
Beautiful. In fact, I get a little emotional, actually, as I take the ring.
You put the ring on, do you attune to it?
Yeah.
As you do, you realize that you can speak with animals at will using no spell components or spell slots.
Great, I do it.
What do you say to him?
But I think you look great. I think this could be a new look. Are you still powerful?
No.
You're not? You're just a frog now, which I love and respect.
I'll be honest with you, Lil P, I think we're kind of in trouble. I guess they didn't think the Witchlight story was as fun as we thought it was. And,
It's a good time, innit? Now listen, right?
Yeah.
You know that lady right over there?
Didn't we complain about her and get her kicked off the crew?
What, oh, you mean that?
Yeah, we got a couple pints in.
That
we're
was
like,
her?
yeah, I think we're like, wouldn't it be funny if we lodged a complaint about her? Because she was like, you probably shouldn't stay here, guys. The carnival's about to move.
That's right. That was her.
Kind of a killjoy.
I know, right? Hey!
I know they're talking about me. I can just tell.
Because
You can just tell.
Frog keeps looking at you.
You pick up on signs.
We had a great time. Memories forever.
Carmina's just like, okay, well, that's going to be a bit of a complication.
I can't bring my frog along?
No, you can bring your frog, but this next mission's a very tough one. I was hoping you would have our ace in the hole, kind of our ringer. Well, I hope your magic is a little bit better since our other wizard's out of commission.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Yes.
What was that?
They were asking about your magic.
Magic. I don't really know what I'm doing. I am filling in. All of you have had prior missions, I take it?
I've worked with your mother on several missions before
Yes.
I started driving a desk. She's truly a gift to the craft. And you, how have you made a name for yourself in this world?
I haven't yet.
Oh, dear God. You're finding yourself?
Sort of. I guess.
She has so many different guises that she
can do
dons.
that. Yes, she taught me
Can
how
you
to do
do
that.
that? Okay.
I can do that. I can disguise myself. May I demonstrate?
Of course, please, show us.
Okay. And I stand up, and you get a full look at Cadmus, and he has a wand in his hand. He sort of twirls it over his head, and as I'm talking and saying, well, I can be useful, I have some skills, sort of magic dust falls down, and I begin to look exactly like Sailor, and I begin to talk like him as well. I have some skills that might be useful in certain situations, such as this one. I can infiltrate, I can pretend, I can act with the best of them.
I hop down off the cabinet I've been sort of slouching on, sort of walk over real quick and go, huh, I ain't seen my reflection for some time.
You're a pretty bastard, aren't you?
Yes, I am, sir.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. But you need to learn the ways of the desert, son.
I need to learn the ways of the desert, son. Like that?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. You're in.
I drop it, and as I drop it, my face sort of like, everything's breaking, my bones are breaking, and I set back to myself again. I will do everything I can to assist.
The work that our order carries out is of utmost importance, and your mother understood that better than most.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor and Hobnip do as well. I didn't know you'd been on 52 missions. I've never seen
54.
you in my life, I feel like.
It's all good.
Our saying in the Order of the Ninth Quill is that our hands are safest. We keep all manner of dangerous magic, world-ending scroll, potentially hazardous relics out of the hands of people that would put them to ill use. And our ultimate goal is to keep in place the magical barrier that prevents the entities in the desert from escaping to the rest of Faerûn. Your mission this time is to investigate the source of some magical anomalies that have been happening in the desert. Strange arcane storms that have been destabilizing the area, rendering passage through the desert very difficult. We're talking about disruptions in gravity, anti-magic fields. Our intel tells us that there is another caravan, an expedition, that ventured out into the dunes and hasn't come back. I expect you to track it down and take their research notes. We need to figure out what is causing these arcane storms, and we need to hopefully bring an end to them and bring some peace to this area. Yes?
Can I see if I remember if there's ever been anything like this before?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Yeah, good idea.
I have a plus 11 to history.
Plus 11?
21. Do I remember any of this?
Yeah, with the 21, you would know that such large-scale magical disruptions over areas like this are often caused by the abuse and misuse of magic.
In school, we just studied a few magicians who got in over their heads, trying to control magic that they really didn't understand, and they created those sort of arcane storms. But there hasn't been one in quite a while.
Well, if you're even 2% like your mother, I think we'll be in good hands. Proud, noble Harper she is.
She's real proud, real noble.
So much good work she's done. God, if only she was among us. Why isn't she here?
Sort of a surprise. I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. Oh well, she's pregnant.
Oh,
so she couldn't.
I
be
can't wait.
Yes, they're all very happy. So happy.
Very happy. Sailor.
Sorry.
Be safe out there. I don't know what happened to that last expedition, but when it comes to these artifacts, people will do anything to get their hands on them and keep them.
My hand just comes out very gently. Don't worry, boss. We got you to lead us. We're gonna be just fine.
Okay, off you go then. And
She settles back down behind her mountain of paperwork behind her desk.
As everyone's leaving, I think I kind of hang by the door. I am like, Miss Cormina, about my magic, I am bound to the order. And when I tried to use my magic in the field, it didn't work. And it's supposed to work every time.
Well, I'll look into it for you, darling.
Do you want me to write it down?
If it helps you remember.
Yeah, it helps me remember. Mm-hmm.
She hands you like a piece of parchment.
Yeah, I basically write down like, I think there's something wrong with the order. And by wrong, I mean maybe they're in danger or they are hurt. I want to be so clear about that. And then I wrote that all down and I give it to you.
Yes, it's been some time since I've visited them personally. Those that govern us. There are ways to commune with them without going to their place of power.
Oh, that's...
Using scrying mirrors. Remind me to tell you that, to give you one. I can perhaps send my familiar. Good luck out there, and remember, if your magic fails, it might be like a personal problem. Sailor, you lead the party through the ramshackle streets of this small trading outpost. There's a juxtaposition between these huts that have been erected here in this last outpost before you enter the harshness of the desert, and the rich wagons that come pulling in, gilded, taking advantage of the fact that there's so many greedy hands trying to pluck riches and power from the desert. You push your way through and make your way to a nondescript building. To an unknowing passerby, it would look like a granary, but you know that behind the sacks and crates of grain and food product, there is a vault of sorts, kind of hidden in plain sight, because sometimes that's the best place to hide things. You also know that your order's sort of guild artisan makes his home here and runs a forge in the back of it. It's like a false wall that you knock on and say the right word and it swings open.
Can I smash the door?
You could.
So I'm about to, my hand's just raising up, about to do this thing that we've done many times before.
As I just...
Just punch it.
Give me a strength check.
I like being strong. It's gonna be
What's that? That's a good one.
16.
Punching a little hole in the wall for you to all walk through. You see a very disgruntled half-elf kind of in the back that's like, Lil Pete, that's the third time this month. Did you forget the password?
I did. Sometimes the muscle, you know, when I train, right, I don't get enough really oxygen to my brain. It's all going in the muscles from Brussels, innit? So sometimes I do forget.
You can't be breaking the door.
Does he always put his hand up when he wants to talk? What's going on?
I don't know the password. I would like to learn.
All right.
Who's this?
He's new. Listen, B, we need a little outfit. We're going on a mission. It's pretty bad, pretty heavy. And we do have some new people here with us, so any survival gear would be useful. Something for desert, something for overnight.
Something for the little what?
Something for that.
You gotta fix me door first. I'll put together standard kit,
Yeah,
3
standard
tokens,
kit.
and we see the workshop.
Cool. All right.
How would you look at that?
All of these doors here are more secret parts of this granary. Each one has a different knock to get in. You're currently in this one here. You watch Smith, that's his actual name, or at least the moniker he goes by, not Bob. He walks out to one of these 2 big crates that's sitting in the foyer and immediately starts fiddling with one of the latches on the crate. And he goes, yeah, something to make the, And as he does, you all feel a rush of heat kind of wash over you, almost like someone's throwing open the door to an oven. And out from the crate bursts a living, flaming sphere. Roll for initiative.
I thought we were just shopping.
Okay.
This is a spell come to life, gaining an almost sentience
cool.
and corporealness of its own. As it comes roaring out of the crate, splintering and crackling the wood as it does so, you see the face of this spell that's familiar, seen it cast a million times, kind of have like this twisted visage.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't go so well.
I got a 10.
10.
I was getting pretty excited about the new improved Mark II wind skiff. I just go straight up to the thing with him, and I got a 7 as I get sort of like the thing bursts back, I land on my ass, like holy shit.
7.
Yeah, not
okay.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Help us, princess, you're in help.
I got a 12.
Unbeknownst to Mr. Sailor, I will switch our initiative so that he goes first.
Okay.
I have an alert feat, which allows me to do exactly that. Switch
cool.
my initiative.
How does this manifest narratively then?
I see you get blown back by that energy, and I whip my wand out and start muttering an incantation. So you think you're going to fall back, and there's sort of an energy that bounces you forward.
Oh, cool. It's almost like an invisible, like me putting my foot out to stop me skidding, and then whoop.
Yeah, my magic always sorts of, it's a purple energy that manifests itself as flowers or wilting flowers or blooming flowers or petals of some sort. So it looks like you've stepped on a pad of beautiful blooming purple flowers.
It just sort of lurches me forward. Okay, cool.
Can we also put our miniatures on the token?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yeah, man.
Yes. Yeah.
You see the flaming sphere form two sort of amorphous fists, and it strikes out twice, once at you and once at Smith. The first one's going to be directed at you.
Oh, that is some
Good.
scary.
And the second one's at Smith.
Oh god, this is magical, right?
Oh,
One.
Wow.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times.
As you see Smith kind of as the person who was trying to open the crate, kind of flipping the latch, realizing there was a rune on it that was keeping the sphere in place, kind of like notices it and immediately ducks kind of behind it.
Which unfortunately just lands me straight in front of this thing, and I take the hit instead.
This is going to be 10d6 plus 4.
Okay, is that including all the crit?
That is with the crit.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, the modifier doesn't get doubled, just the damage dice do. So here we go.
oh wow.
Oh man, this is good.
Okay.
That's low.
That's not bad.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's a lot of ones and twos and
it's
threes,
okay.
guys.
It's okay.
So you take 28
Except
fire damage.
as the fire tries to land in the middle of my chest, the last second, you see his eyes flash, and they suddenly change from being bright blue into being glowing red. And I'm going to cast as a reaction Absorb Elements, which I then get to
Fantastic.
take 1d6 damage off that, and I store that for my next attack, which I can then use as my next attack.
Fantastic.
Minus a d6 of 4.
Amazing.
And I also absorb that, although it's going to do nothing to the fire creature because it is fire damage.
28 minus your absorb elements brings it down to 24.
Okay, 21 hit points left. Okay, yeah.
That is its turn. Sailor, you're up.
All right, so I can do 2 attacks
Absolutely.
per round, one of which can be magical. So I'm going to try and do this jumping tornado kick, like a spinning tornado kick.
Amazing.
So let's see how this goes. All right, so with my unarmed attack to begin with, that is my first action, which is going to be a +7. I'm going to roll the digital dice for this one. That's +7. That,
Amazing.
my friend, is how it feels. So that is a 27.
Gorgeous. That definitely hits.
All right, so that's a crit. So I'm going to roll 2d8 plus the 4 for the total damage. So that's 8 plus 4, which is for 12. So this tornado kick spins around, hits, makes contact with some kind of energy field, and I land in a crouch.
Cool.
Amazing.
Now, my character is it's a new subclass. It is a warrior of the mystic arts, which means that whilst he can also do martial arts fighting, he can also use magic at the same time. I can replace unarmed strike with a casting of one of my sorcerer cantrips, which has a casting time of an action. So basically, I'm going to cast Thunderclap. So Thunderclap, each creature in a 5-foot emanation originating from me, which means forwards, so nobody else is going to get hit by this, thank goodness, makes a Constitution save or take 1d6 thunder damage. The spell's sound can be heard up to 100 feet away, which seems excessive. It's Constitution 13 saving.
13. At a dirty 20.
Okay, well, you asked for it. On top of all of that, I can do a thing which is a bonus action called Flurry of Blows. My hands start gearing up, and they just become a blur of motion as I just start repeating. It's like that thing out of Fist of North Star.
Yeah.
And you just see me sort of like just concentrating, and just these hands become just like whips almost coming out. So the way that Flurry of Blows works is bludgeoning damage. It's 1d8 plus 4 on a successful hit, and it's +7 to hit.
Cool.
So I'm going to roll a d20 and get this thing down. That is a 17 plus 7
That's a
for
hit.
a 24. 1d8 plus 4. 2 plus 4 for 6 extra damage.
6 extra damage, and you have one more hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because you're doing Flurry of Blows, you can expend 1 focus point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. You get 1 free bonus unarmed strike just for free, but you get 2 when you use Flurry of Blows.
So I'm definitely going to be using a focus point. She just goes like that. Hits again for a 16 plus 7.
That's a hit.
Massive hit. That's 23. And then roll again for the D8. So that is 2 plus 4 again for 6.
6.
So just kind of chipping away.
Chipping away, yeah. Sailor, as you end your turn, give me a dexterity saving throw since you're within 5 feet of this flaming sphere. You need to beat a 15.
Cool. Okay, so this is plus 7. God.
So it's going to be 9 points of fire damage. But you did use your absorb elements and store that fire damage, so you gain resistance to that element until your next turn. So you can have this damage.
Cool. Are you rounding up or rounding down?
I round down.
Yeah. All right, so I'm down to 17 points of damage. Oof.
Ouch.
17 hit points, sorry.
Hobnit.
Hi.
You see Sailor doing battle with this like strange living spell that has come bursting out of this crate. Give me a perception check.
You got it.
Oh, good lord.
You're like watching a butterfly fly around.
Well,
the room.
actually, this is great because I have something to say about
Yes,
this.
with a 3, please.
So I am a fire giant of origin. So for me, this is exciting. Let's leave it exciting.
Yeah, you're a fire Goliath. You would not be afraid of fire. It's fantastic.
It's literally my lineage. Like, oh my God, twinnies. You know, it's that kind of vibe. Kind of don't want to fight it either. I just want to see what's up with this.
Okay. Do you want to give me an insight check with advantage as you like kind of spend your turn looking at this cool fire creature?
Yeah. I do have something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
But
what
it's,
would you like to
I
do?
come in peace rather than war.
Okay.
Do you want me to do the check first?
Yeah.
Got it.
With
I
advantage,
just
so you
click
roll
that.
twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, good. My rolls aren't very
Okay.
good.
Okay, that's better.
16.
With a 16, as you look at it and think, oh, cool, other fire thing.
Yeah.
You're not reminded of a living creature so much as you're reminded of one of Big A's spells. You've seen him cast Flaming Sphere before, and this is almost like that, but you don't discern an intelligence per se.
One thing about Lil P is that she's so desperate for everyone to love her and she kind of wants to impress. So I'm going to use my prestidigitation, which is a really hard word to say.
You can use prestidigitation in combat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you have a
Hell
problem
yeah.
with that?
No, chef's kiss.
And I'm going to use my fireplay prestidigitation. It's a transmutation cantrip. You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, torch, or a small campfire, because I want to show the element that I too can do things with fire.
Okay. Are you trying to impress him?
I guess I am.
Okay, give me a performance check with advantage.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oh.
With advantage, that's a 19. Another one?
Nice.
That's a 20. No, it's not.
19.
Okay. You kind of come up to this living flaming sphere and you impress it with your little trick. I will give you this, as you're watching the hollows of its eyes shift back and forth and notice you and kind of like almost—
It notices me?
Yeah, and I think it's almost surprised.
I'll take that.
It notices me.
I think it's almost surprised that you walk up to it instead of running away and screaming.
Because why does it always have to be about fighting?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, girl.
You don't get the sense that it will attack you, like you specifically.
Okay.
Since you're within 5 feet of this creature and you're ending your turn there, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'd love to.
Big money, big money, big
Oh.
With that natural 1, this is gonna hurt because he's just made of fire, but he reaches down to hug you.
Aw.
As he burns me.
Well, he just emanates fire.
It's actually, you know what? It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
It's completely natural.
4 points of fire damage.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
I'll let him do it again for that.
We need to go to therapy.
Some of us do.
Oh my gosh. Sapphira, your opponent is distracted. You will roll with advantage this turn if you wish to kill it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there. I have no idea that you're trying to do a thing. I think you're in danger. Everyone like moved out of the office except me, and then this happened. So I like poke my head out of the doorway and I aim with my hand, and I really hope this works. And I'm gonna hit with 2 bolts.
Okay.
Come on. Wow. A 4 + 6, which is a 10, and a 5 + 6, which is an 11.
2 misses, unfortunately.
Incredible. I immediately shrink in horror. I look at my hands and I wonder why. Why?
Oh no.
And then I move my companion Rascal out in front of me and I go, can you try too? And Rascal starts to kind of go like, he gets a +6 to hit, which is the same as my spellcasting modifier. So let's see if he hits. That is a 6 + 6, 12.
12. That is also a miss, unfortunately.
I think what I do is I crumble in the doorway and I start to cry.
Oh, no.
And that is my turn.
And I'm like, come over here, it's fun.
Come over here, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's hilarious. You all see your party member, Sapphira, lose all of her confidence in herself.
Yeah, damn.
You see the thorny devil spikes kind of droop a little bit. It is Smith's turn. You see Smith move back to try to rally and figure out a way to corral this creature back down into the crate with the wards on it. As he does, ooh, that's a 19. He notices and points out to you that the second crate has begun to catch fire.
Ooh.
So he kind of calls out to you. He's gonna invoke an opportunity attack as he moves away. Ugh. Does a 14 hit this man? It does. You see Smith go down.
Oh, damn.
No.
You see the flaming sphere strike out at Smith as he tries to like kind of run for cover, kind of making this call out to you as he does so, that the second crate is catching on fire. As he does, he takes a massive blow from the flaming sphere, and you see him kind of reel his leather jerkin that is treated specifically to withstand heat, beginning to smoke as he reels, tumbling over. You're up, Cadmus.
Okay, Cadmus has been ducked behind this other room. When all of this happened, I sort of moved here.
Okay.
And I'm trying to catch my breath. This is the first time this is all happening for me. But then I see your little lizard named Rascal, and I remember I have a familiar of my own, and at that time, Echo pops out with her big, oversized ears. She's a fennec fox, and we make eye contact, and she nibbles on my ear. And I might be unassuming and a bit anxiety-ridden, but I remember all of what my mother's trained me to do and what I've studied for the last few years of my life. Is there any earth or stone material in this space?
I mean, there would be right outside the front door.
Okay, so I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to stand in front of Sapphira so I can take my wand and point it outside, just outside the door. I'm going to cast, I whisper an incantation. I'm going to cast Mold Earth.
Okay.
Which is a cantrip, I believe. And I will take a 5-foot cube of dirt, move it up the stairs, and toss it onto Flaming Sphere to try and dull its
Snuff
flame.
it out.
And hope try and snuff out the
Yeah.
other flame that's spreading.
That's really
Absolutely.
clever.
Perfect. What is your spell save DC?
It's a 16.
16. Okay. Cadmus, your Mold Earth spell immediately snuffs out the fire that's beginning to kind of burn away the protective ruins on that second crate. We're gonna do a dex saving throw. He's gonna roll with disadvantage because he is distracted.
Yay, love, distracting.
Yay.
It's a 14.
16 is my DC.
All right, you send out this perfectly molded dust sheet to like snuff out this fire. As you do, it collapses down heavily on the living flaming sphere, who roars and retreats back into the crate, giving you all an opportunity to close the lid.
Okay.
I have 40 feet of movement because of my transmuter stone, so I'm going to pop right back behind that corner.
Perfect. So behind the corner, you'll be under full cover.
Cheers. that's my turn. I high-five my little fennec fox with my finger.
It is the creature's turn. It's going to angrily try to burst back up, throwing off this mud if it can. In its flailing, it's going to make 2 attacks. I'm gonna rule that they're disadvantaged because like this mud has landed on it and tried to like push it back into this crate. First one's a miss. The second one, it's gonna be random whether it hits Lil P or Sailor, since you're the only 2. Do you want evens or odds, friends?
Ooh.
Evens.
Yeah, why not?
Let's find out. Even, so it's going to accidentally hit you as it's like
As long
flailing
as
and
it's an
coming up.
accident, that's totally okay with me.
You're lucky it was with disadvantage because that was another natural 20.
Wow.
Wow.
Like he
He's got speed.
smashes me in the face and I'm so sorry. Yeah.
In this case, it's a dirty 20 instead,
Oh,
and
wow.
it will deal.
Hello, dice.
Wow, that was high. 24 damage. As
Wow.
it's, yes, as it's like just flailing, trying to get back out of this crate.
Does it
still
say
feel
sorry?
accidental?
It does. With its eyes. It can't
says
speak.
sorry with its
Yeah.
eyes?
Don't
Yeah,
fall
it
for
can't
it.
speak.
Don't
I think
fall
it's
for it.
just like flailing and just trying to get out of this prison. Sailor, it is your turn.
So I see this moment, and then I look around like super quickly at everything that's going on. The new guy, who's actually kind of not doing too badly, but is now just run off around the corner. I look at Sapphira, who's catatonic, having just not being able to do anything. I see Smith smashed against the side, and all we're supposed to do is just get some goddamn items to start this bloody mission, and I just lose it. I just go, you know what, these f***ing kids, bang, just slam the floor, and I just literally kind of into almost like a kind of starting position, and I just race at this thing. I'm just gonna whale this thing back into this chest and slam the casket shut.
Absolutely.
Because I've just had it.
Okay.
Like, I've just snapped.
Roll to hit.
We're gonna start off with unarmed strike. So first one is +7, and this is an armed strike. That's a 5 + 7, 12. Second one is a 16 + 7 for 23.
The 12 is a miss, the 23 is a hit.
Cool, so I'm now gonna hit the damage on this. That is an 8 + 4 for 12. Then I'm going into the grapple attack. Can I add luck to give it disadvantage to this test? I'm gonna use my dex against it.
That's amazing. So it will be rolling with disadvantage. It's gonna be against your athletics or acrobatics if you're using
Acrobatics.
dex.
I would very much like my acrobatics.
Okay.
So it's contested roll, so I'm just gonna roll my acrobatics, which is with a +10. That's
There
27.
we go.
27.
There we go. Now you're doing monk shit.
in the box!
Yeah.
Monk shit.
Oh my God, that's a 2 and a 3.
Wow.
So even with my rather high dexterity and strength, the first 2 strikes go out, but in this monster's flailing, they're not like super effective. And in frustration, as you just kind of grapple it like the way a parent does a kid and shove it back into its box, you're successful. And you're able to push it down and shut the lid.
Literally hoik it in there. So I just hoik this thing in, slam down the case, sit on top of it, look around and go, what the God hells are you people doing? Get it together!
Okay. Is there a hammer and nails? Because we said we were going to fix the door. I want to try and hammer this box back.
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
sitting on this
we
like,
can
When I do
exit.
that, I pop out, just unsure if everything's still going on or not.
no kid, help Samir for Sapphira.
No need. I pull out my wand. I cast mending on the door.
Okay,
I fix that.
great.
And then I look at the box.
I can now leave this thing.
Yeah, we're exiting initiative.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna then back roll onto the floor and get hold of Smith and cast Healing Hands on it.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
like straight away. And we are gonna need the longest goddamn rest after this.
Yeah, I'm at 12
just
hit
saying.
points.
Yeah.
Some might say I'm bloodied.
So Healing Hands, it's 3d4 rolling, and that is going to be
Ooh.
for 10.
Wow, look at
10.
that. That's cool.
So I
Yeah.
go, Smith, snap out of it, kid.
Yep. I'm finding it. And he kind of like gets to himself and he goes, I've been around a lot of forges, but never one that hard. Whew!
What the God's hell name was that? You almost got us blown to here to smithereens.
Some people in the order wanted to study the living spells or whatever they've
Bought
taken.
this from Dodgy Raj.
We've all bought things from Dodgy Rog, haven't we?
Ain't that right, hey boy?
Yeah.
Living spells?
Apparently, I didn't believe it, but it looks like it's true.
Oh, he was living. He gave me a hug.
How does that happen?
Well, I intend to find out.
Oh.
I don't think we should let it out of its crate again.
Smith, can we just move this along? May need a bit of a rest after this. Some of us are a bit banged up, but if
Absolutely.
you could help us out with some equipment, that'd be great. We need to be getting on our way.
I'll see what I have in the storehouse that I can part with.
You could put it on my mom's tab.
Who is this? Who's this
We
guy?
still don't know, to be honest.
This is Pirouette's son.
I have a name.
Pirouette as a kid.
She's a harper. She wouldn't want the people to know she has a child.
Of course, I could put it on your mother's tab. Why
Why'd
not?
you say that like that? She's my mother. She is my mother. I look just like her.
I suppose you can stay at my place. I know you tend to live in the dunes. You might not have a place right out here in the city.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You all enjoy the benefits of a long rest.
Cool, thank you.
And you all awaken to the lovely aromas of bacon cooking. Your joy rapidly turns to disappointment as you realize he's cooked breakfast for himself.
I wake up and go off into a corner and start casting the magic that I cast on myself to begin the day.
I will cast mage armor.
Sapphira, at your dust-caked window, you hear a rap. And looking through it, you can barely discern the shape of a pseudo-dragon.
Oh, I open the window.
It kind of like crawls in.
Oh, okay. Can I help?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
I'll help. Put him on the bed. Old guy.
You notice that it is carrying in its back feet a small parcel.
Oh, great. Thank you. I'm gonna untie, if it's affixed, and yeah, I'll open the parcel.
As you unwrap it, you see in it a perfect hexagonal mirror no bigger than the palm of your hand.
Oh, okay. I'm going to look into it.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Okay. Come on, buddy. That is a 13 plus 4 for a 17.
As you adjust the angle of the mirror, at first you really just catch reflections of your own face and of the pseudo-dragon familiar. But then, as you're looking more carefully, you see what looks to be a ruined camp. The tents are rapidly being consumed by the dunes. You see that the sand is overtaking what once was a thriving camp. And you see a vision begin to form of these strange, many-limbed, open-mawed creatures. And you see them swarming forth from what looks to be a tear in a scintillating magical tapestry. And as they flood out, they consume everything you know. And then the image fades, and the mirror just merely reflects your own concerned visage back at you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Did you see any of that? I turned back.
I was over her shoulder, but I'm not sure what the mechanic is. Can I see in what she saw? Could I see in the reflection?
Yes, you've definitely seen images of these creatures before, and you know that they directly led to the downfall of your old hometown, Everesca.
Is that what we're supposed to?
I think that's what we're trying to stop.
I really don't want to go there. I'm more of like I'm like
Yeah.
above the table. I'm like a CIA analyst, not a field agent.
Okay,
you know?
for sure. Us magic people got to stick
together. Boom. I don't know.
No, it's all. It's
boom.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we could. I mean, we could do.
No boom
We'll
next
try.
time. We'll
Yeah,
just.
boom. Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
You two stop messing around. Coffee's ready for you.
All right.
Listen, we got a long way to go. Now, Little P and I, we've been around for a while. I know you have too, but you've been bouncing left and right like a frog in a box. The way I see it, you're amongst a bunch of misfits here. We all have our things.
What's our team name? Whenever I go on adventures, we always have a team name.
How about the misfits? Kind of fits
I like
appropriately.
that. It's kind of mysterious.
I think that's right because I actually don't
Yeah,
fit in.
that sounds
I
good.
don't belong here. So
Let's get in hustling.
All right.
go team.
What are you doing?
We're doing
We
the team.
Teamwork makes
hands.
the dream work. Teamwork, dream
Hands
work.
in.
And I see you give me that look, and I'm like, no.
No. we don't-
Yeah. And I'm just like, well, he's not looking. I'm like,
You see Smith, he kind of walks out and he goes, "Gather around, I'm sure I've got a shiny trinket or two for you. Where you're going, you're gonna need it."
Where are we going?
Yeah.
You're going into the dunes. Zentrim are the least of your worries these days, or even bandits. The thornbacks, the worms. Rarely are they ever seen this far south, but it seems like something stirred them up. They'll be directly in your path. Hope you know how to ride those dunes because, well, let's just hope they don't catch your scent. Last party came back in pieces. Well, whatever little we could recover of them. He dusts off his apron and goes into the back to try to provision you with what little he can for your dangerous journey into the desert.
Spare no expense.
Order of the Ninth Quill. Your journey into the desert will be as treacherous as it will be beautiful. For although the Anauroch Desert is home to many creatures that would love to tear you limb for limb and rob and pick clean your decaying bodies, you've already studied the map. You think you have a pretty clear idea where to go, Sailor. You're in the lead and you'll be serving as our navigator to the best of your abilities. You think you could probably make camp at Lion's Eye Oasis. Although it's not always safe there, depending on who has decided to make it their home, you think maybe it would be a good place to rest, re-up your provisions. Do you choose to go under the cover of day or the cover of night?
Kind of want to push through daytime, prepping them, saying, you know, we lost a lot of time with the shenanigans that was going on. We're going to push through the daytime only because we got to make up the time.
Okay.
Savvy?
Yep.
A grizzly old dwarf with a long beard and a mining pick over his shoulder and like one eye that's much bigger than the other kind of trundles past you on this like dirt road. Sailor's leading you along and just goes, "Oh, where you're going home's gonna be hard to get back to, dearie."
Unhinged.
Hobnip isn't easily rattled, but she gets like the bad sort of chills.
He grins with like a mouthful of like gold teeth. He fist bumps you as he walks by and he goes, "Be careful out there. The thornbacks are out in force."
Stop making direct eye contact with me.
Give me a group stealth check as you make your way into the sword just southwest of Lion's Eye Oasis.
Yep.
This is going swimmingly. That's a 2 plus, 5, 7.
I'll prove to you that I'm not rolling above a 7. Look, watch this.
That's a 10
Well,
plus a...
I got a 12.
A 12,
Got a 10.
a 10.
All right, I got to roll that. Oh man, even I didn't do that great. I got a 9. I get really mad. So like we're trying to move stealthily, and at some point, it's like we all quiet. Of course, it echoes through like the valley thing, wherever we are.
As your voice echoes through the dunes, you disturb a group of Tlinkali, which looks something like this, that are currently in the process of burying eggs. They are not happy to see you, assuming that you're there to take them and set upon you.
I'm gonna immediately like hands up, try and use animal handling and say, whoa. We took a wrong turn. We're supposed to be that way. We're not trying to take your eggs.
As he starts taking charge, I quietly start casting Comprehend Languages.
Oh, yeah. I will also cast Comprehend Languages.
You read their body language and you see the larger ones encircle you, readying their weapons as they do so. As they chitter to each other, you are putting together that they're encircling you with the intent of putting their stingers to use, potentially paralyzing you as they see you as a threat to their new brood.
I'm whispering exactly that to Mr. Sailor. They are not really caring about what you're saying, and they're going to eat us.
Well, looks like this displacer won't hunt. Okay, everybody. Guess we got no choice here. Unless anybody's got an ace up their sleeve, I think we have to...
I have a +6 to deception. Can I say that we're here to trade?
With comprehend languages, you can understand what they're saying, but not speak Tlinkali to them.
So I think, can I show items? Like, we like...
Yeah, like performance.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
We do a little
Are we
script,
like,
like they do on the QVC channel.
Yes, you have come upon them in they're probably their most defensive time of the year. They have young they're trying to feed. You may try to barter with them. This is going to be a persuasion with disadvantage,
Okay,
unfortunately,
that's
instead
fine.
of deception.
Persuasion. Oh, 14 plus 3, 17.
Yes.
For 17, you were able to escape with your hides. You are very brave adventurers. Yes.
But I have tried to steal an egg.
Oh.
Are you kidding?
Give me a sleight of hand check. You need to beat a 17.
Oh my god.
Holy shit,
Do
dude.
it.
We'll raise him as one of our own.
As a pet.
You got this, you got this.
24.
24.
Amazing.
You got
What'd you got?
this.
You have one Twinkali egg in your possession. The weather is less predictable in this area.
Oh man. Roll for weather.
Roll for weather.
Roll for weather. Oh,
The wind begins to kick up as you find yourselves in the midst of a sandstorm.
Okay, we gotta dig in. We can't go on. We're gonna make camp here. Get a shovel. I got a shovel here. We can try and bunker down, make a little, I don't know,
Okay.
little pocket here.
I agree.
start digging. Yeah.
I'm behind you, sort of on the verge of tears, and Echo is around me, sort of just testing out the land around me, and you guys are maybe 2 or 3 feet in.
Oh yeah, we're like.
And I pull my spell out and I start muttering an incantation, and the sand and the earth starts to sort of move. And as I do that, I start to reformat the sand and the earth into a hut, 10 feet in the ground, with a sort of trap.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna hop in.
Oh, would you like some tea?
Oh, I'm getting in there.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah, I'm getting my bagpipes out. I'm getting my bowls. I'm gonna do some meditation for you guys. Like, chill, relax.
That sounds wonderful. Do you have a sound bowl?
I have some bowls, sound bowls. Yeah.
I'm still up there, like digging, just like digging. I'm like, I look around.
No talking during my sound bath, yeah?
I'm still digging for like maybe 20 minutes as I'm desperate to try and get this thing done before the sandstorm gets really bad. I look around and go, what the hell's in time? What? Just like, where the hell are you guys?
All you can hear is a and then a gong.
And then he drops in and just closes the hatch behind him, just sits down. He's just exhausted, covered in sand. It's like,
Yeah.
he's just.
Sound bath?
Sound bath is a crazy offer. You have 8 hours of shelter from the storm. You all maybe have like a little 1,000-yard stare as you kind of sit there in this beautiful little tent, hearing the sounds of the sandstorm raging outside. Let's roll to see how long the
Cozy,
storm
actually.
lasts.
I could hang out.
Oh, wow. Sandstorm lasts for 4 days.
That's really unfortunate.
Far out.
Really unfortunate. So who are we gonna eat?
It hasn't gotten that drastic yet.
As you emerge from the tiny hut, the landscape is almost unrecognizable to you. As in the storm's fury, the dunes have shifted and anything that was recognizable has now changed. Sailor, you know theoretically that you're close to the Lion's Eye Oasis because you know how far you've journeyed in this time. But you know it'll be difficult to recall the rest of the way there. Everyone give me a group survival check to see if you can pick your way through the dunes. You just have to beat 12.
I got a 1. Not a natural 1.
Oh,
A dirty one.
You gotta clarify. I was worried for
Dirty
you.
1, no.
Look at that.
I was 12.
Beats it. 1 success, 1 failure.
Oh, I failed. I think it was a 4.
So this is. Are you kidding me?
I'm sending you the.
I am lucky.
You are lucky. You can
So-
use a luck point and roll with
So I
advantage.
sort of like, I have this bangle that one of my siblings gave me, and it's my lucky charm. Oh, hell. Well, if I need it now, little rubbing bit of luck never hurt nobody. All right, and I just roll it with a +5. That is a 10 and an 8. Are you kidding me?
+5?
+5.
No, that's a 5 and a 3. So that's a 10 and an 8. I know. You know what? Good luck, everybody. I'm skipping out. No, we're 1 day away.
We're
from
1
it.
day away from the oasis.
It takes you 2 extra days to get to the Lion's Eye Oasis.
We made it.
You trudge into the saddest looking oasis perhaps you've ever seen in your life. The water here has long since been undrinkable. It's sort of a bracken, nasty, fetid pond, and whatever has happened to it has started to kill the foliage nearby as well. Battered, bruised, and tired as you are, although the oasis doesn't hold any water, sustenance, or traders for you, it does hold something that might be far more valuable. You see the telltale signs of an abandoned camp. one that you hope is the expeditioners.
Some good news, I hope. This looks like the caravan. If they followed their protocols, they may have stashed some supplies, specifically grains, food, things that can last a long time, buried under here somewhere.
I think I can help with that. I'm gonna cast Find Familiar. And because I have the familiar friend feat from my familiar trainer background, when my familiar rascal shows up, I get helpful friend, and I'm hoping to investigate the camp. When I'm doing a check on something I'm proficient in, rascal's presence gives me advantage on the check.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, wow. 4 and a 7 plus 4, so that's an 11 on the investigation check with advantage.
With that roll, you're not able to really find a cachet or anything of that sort, but what you are able to determine is that this camp wasn't moved on from. There are some tents. This doesn't strike you as a camp that was like half disassembled as the travelers went on, but rather as their last camp they made.
People just wouldn't leave in the middle of,
They left in a hurry. Somebody chased them off.
As you say this, and as you talk amongst each other, almost reacting to the sounds of your voices, you hear a gentle sort of plodding behind one of the tents. And then you hear,
I just did a little,
What is it?
not the food.
Can we stealth it?
Can we both, I'm gonna go this way, you go that way
Yeah.
kind of thing?
yeah,
All right,
give me 2 stealth checks.
all right. So to them it's like, and then little P and I are gonna move around. It's a 17, sorry.
17.
So 17 plus a 2 for a 19.
Yeah.
Sneak around the back of the tent, and as you do, you realize that this like sort of yurt has half collapsed as one of the supports kind of gave way and it became covered with sand. Underneath this half collapsed tent, you see 2 horns kind of sticking up, and you see a creature that has kind of sunk into the sand. It has large doe eyes and a soft big nose, and you recognize it to be a strange looking ox.
I'm gonna use my mage hand. I'm gonna go and tickle the ox under his little...
As you do, you hear it kind of like embolden its struggle against like all of this sand and this half collapsed tent on it. And it like lets out a, and you hear a jingling, and you now see as it kind of rests its neck free.
Oh my God, is he enjoying it?
That it has bells around its neck.
This was definitely like the cargo ox.
Is he enjoying the little chin scratchies?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is his neck up?
Yeah.
Don't you flipping dare. No, he's not close enough to do that. No, he's not. No.
Well, we're equidistant to this ox, man. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take a bow and shoot Neil. I'm gonna shoot him in the butt.
Are you gonna try to evade?
Hell yes. I'm not gonna get stuck in with an arrow from my idiot friend.
Roll to hit.
Lock in. Here we go. Here we go. It's an 11.
Oh, well, hang on. This is against my AC, right?
Yes.
Dude, I didn't even need to dodge this.
What's your AC?
My AC is 18, thank you.
Wow.
Just grabs it.
Absolutely, it's a nat
just
20.
knows.
Yeah, yeah.
It just grabs
You
the
grab
arrow.
the arrow?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Monk.
I just stop. I look at you. Look at the ox. I think he's developing like a twitch.
He's getting like a vein.
Yeah, like a vein pop out. He goes, let's put a pin in this.
I agree.
Night gathers, casting jewel-colored patterns across the sky as the stars awaken one by one. And in the darkness of the gathering night, you hear the approaching of horses' hooves. You also smell a thick incense on the air, and you hear a gentle humming of voices.
I turn to Cadmus. I know you have reservations about the Zentarum.
Yes.
I don't think it would be the worst idea to at least, if they're coming this way, have a conversation with them.
As you say that, Sailor walks up to you. Listen, might be worth having one of us not present, keeping an eye out, just in case things go south. Savvy?
Savvy.
You up to the task, kid?
I nod and slink into the shadows. I'm going to use some magic, maybe some mold earth, to create a bit of a situation for me to kind of just pop my head out.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, very nice.
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
You mold up the earth and take cover, surveying the scene. You see the shape of 3 horses in the gathering night. It's difficult for you to see since you don't have dark vision, but you do see someone dismounting, and then you see a faint glow of embers that kind of go back and forth in a swinging motion. 2 more figures dismount, and they begin to make their way towards you all. They walk forward into the clearing of the camp, of the expeditioners' camp, and look surprised when they see you.
If I may, I have my Find Familiar cast, and I sent Echo to go find food. I imagine she's in the vicinity, and what I'd like to do is from my little hidey hole, my eyes roll back, and I'd like to take her vision.
Oh, cool.
And presumably she's closer to these dismounted adventurers, and I'd like to see what she sees and hear what she hears.
Yeah. We see through her eyes like a small little sand rat kind of pop up out of the dunes, and it's immediately pounced on, its neck broken. We see like a sort of distraction, then we see it stop as you kind of like see through her eyes. You don't get the impression that they are moving with the intent to attack. They remind you of a religious pilgrimage. They stop short, almost surprised to see you all, and pause. All of a sudden the humming stops, the censure stops waving. One of the taller figures in the front sort of addresses you all and goes, "Greetings. We have come to this sacred site to commune with the stars."
The stars.
"We are the bringers of the cosmic dawn."
Do we have heard of this group, maybe?
Give me a history check.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is a 15 minus 1 for 14.
You have absolutely heard of weirdos in the desert that think they can talk to aliens and tell the future.
All right.
You've heard of them. Very skilled transmutationists.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm going to activate my large form.
Oh.
I like to be big when I meet new people, like
Yeah.
extra big.
Are you bandits?
No.
No, we are not. In fact, I actually come from one of the tribes due north from here.
I don't believe I've ever seen you riding with the dukes.
I've been away for a while, helping other folks, so...
Engaging in brigandry.
Do we... I look down up at meager possessions. Do we look like brigands to you?
Your hair is tousled, your pants are ripped, and you look as though you haven't eaten in days.
Well, that bit is true. We came across a dust storm, which put us, well, to rights, so to speak.
And what happened to the other members of this camp? I suppose you did something to them, yes? Always coming to the desert, trying to find things in the dunes.
Actually,
Perhaps you should seek wisdom instead.
What's your name then? What's your
What's
name?
your
then?
name
'Cause
then?
actually my voice gets lower as well.
Yeah, it does.
What's your oi?
Oi.
Oi!
I am Joseph the Younger. This is my brother, Joseph the Elder.
we are actually, we're explorers. We are seeking wisdom of our own. We do not know what happened to this campsite.
The storms, our alien friends, always provide. We follow their paths through the stars and are thus never led astray by mundane things like sandstorms. We would be more than happy to provide you with some sustenance, and perhaps in return you can peruse some of our literature
That would be lovely.
and listen to our wisdom.
Seems like you honor us with this, so we accept.
Yes.
Then come, let us commune with messages from the beyond.
I'd like to make very clear that I take this opportunity to not rejoin them.
So I'm just going to cast light as a cantrip and just illuminate so we can see these people better.
As your light drifts into the air and you illuminate their forms, you do see them more clearer. You see a pair of twins, one inexplicably older,
What?
even though they are identical. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, no.
I'm so good at Arcana. 10. Plus 6, 16.
16.
I get a twirtual 20.
Natural 20. Amazing.
So 3 plus 4 is 7.
A 7? Yeah, you're kind of distracted by their almost like unnerving nature.
Yeah.
You notice that some of them, and you're quite used to this because you're familiar with people that practice this type of magic, have made interesting modifications to their bodies. And in fact, in this case, you're almost distracted by the fact that the individual addressing you all that was waving the censure actually has 2 sets of arms. One set to wave a censure and the other set free to do what have you. You're able to piece together that perhaps as part of their practice of transmutation magic, they also manipulate the passage of time.
Huh.
I don't know how to do that.
Gotta write that down.
The light also illuminates the much smaller figure in the back. This figure still has their cowl kind of pulled low and their face obscured. On their shoulder, you see a small flower that is snapping in a strange fashion, almost as though it has a mouth.
Oh.
Joseph the Elder hands the 3 of you a scroll bound with a ribbon, and as Joseph the Younger kind of stands in the middle of you all and says, "Yes, I shall speak to the stars and divine your future if you are found willing and befitting of a prophecy. But first we must speak. Trapped beneath the ruined city, there sleeps Zargon. The dark sky reveals his will, and to it we are all bound."
Who is Zargon?
He looks at you wide-eyed and says, "The Returner, and by our will he be returned." You all feel tremors. You see one of the tents nearby kind of get sucked into a sudden sinkhole underneath the ground as he goes, "Yes, his prophecy, only the blessed will be spared his wrath." The sands shift and the dunes come alive with serpentine shapes, drawing outlines against the night sky. Some of them small, some of them big, all of them rapidly approaching you. The sands come alive with 1,000 skittering legs, but the Bringers of the Cosmic Dawn don't seem alarmed. You, however, ready your weapons. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
hells.
man. Can I say that as the skittering began, I started to summon my Vestige companion?
Sure,
Cool,
yes.
sweet, awesome.
That's a natural 18 plus a 3.
19.
Okay. So that is, oh, God, 7 plus 4 for 11.
11.
15 plus 4 for 19. I also have the alert feat, which I think gives me an additional plus 3.
Nice.
So that's 22.
And is anyone switching their initiative?
Does anybody want to go? You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I will switch with you.
Okay.
So Sailor is going to go first.
Joseph the Younger throws his hands to the firmament and says, "We humbly receive your blessings." As emerging from the sands, we see
Oh.
this fine friend.
That's not friendly at all.
No, I'm not going to make friends with this one.
No, I don't think you should.
Lots of teeth, lots of claws, lots of hands, and an insatiable hunger.
Oh, no.
The tokens are to size. It is big, it's huge.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Oh.
2?
Joseph the Younger knows these guys, though, right?
Yeah, but he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's a little.
He is?
You don't notice?
I just thought he was passionate.
No, it's not crazy. It's passionate.
I love that. That's so open-minded. You're such a gift to a D&D table. I like her just immediately like, oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's
just
passionate.
really excited.
You meet all kinds of people in the desert.
Why are you judging Joseph the Younger?
I'm not. Personally, I think he's pretty great.
On to the business of killing him.
Right, yes.
Yes. Sailor, you're up first.
Oh.
All right, so I know, do I know these things?
You've definitely heard of them while you've been on your wind skiff before. Think of these as the Anauroch's desert version of sharks. You know to watch out for them, you know they're not friendly, and you know that they have a penchant for devouring people, things, and items.
Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to activate my celestial body and just take to the skies immediately. I can move 45 feet. Basically, I can grow this pair of angelic wings as done before. This allows me to fly as fast as I can move. So I get 45 movement anyway. I'm gonna drift up immediately 15 feet, go straight into the center about 20 or 30 feet. And so I'm sort of hovering above here and start arcing around to sort of get a good sense of like where everybody is. I'm gonna scream back to everybody, these things are real mother. Don't get anywhere near them. They're gonna swallow you whole. And at that point, I'm gonna try and find, Joseph the Younger was one whose hands were up.
Yeah.
Now,
You see him almost appealing to the sky and then appealing to these creatures that the natives often call thornbacks.
I kind of have my feelings about not necessarily, even though they're crazy, I don't want to necessarily kill them if they're like just misguided.
Yeah.
So on my action, I'm going to fire a chromatic orb
Okay.
at the one closest towards Little P. So I'm going to use cold element of a chromatic orb and just fire it straight down as I'm arcing past it.
Before you do,
Yes.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Constitution is not my best. I get a +2 on this. That is at 5 + 2 for 7.
You see its maw open as your spell kind of like begins to take shape and it consumes it.
Well, that's new.
Above the table, counterspell.
Oh, wow.
All right, so guys, we might have a problem. And I'm just gonna arc off away from them and go sort of towards these guys. So I'm gonna try and like land and see what the hell's going on. So I'll just arc away. That's kind of my go.
Wow.
Princess Hobnip, sorry, Lil P.
No P. Am I still big?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Fantastic. I'm gonna just use my bows to the same target because it's what I've got. And might I say I'm pretty good at them.
All right.
This would be a longbow attack, yeah?
Yep.
Great, so I just hit it like that?
Mm-hmm.
That is a miss, but you do have a second attack.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, an 18.
Nice.
Plus a 7.
That's a hit.
Fantastic. I would like to trigger Fire's Burn on the hit.
Okay.
So that's gonna be an additional 1d10 fire damage
Damn.
to the same target.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll damage.
What's this one?
That's that one. Don't let me down, don't let me.
So 7.
I'm twitching, my veins are about to pop, my hemorrhoids are about to burst.
Wow.
I'm gonna do a beguiling shot because apparently you can make a target treat you like an ally or a friend, and that's what I need right now.
Okay.
Queen.
Beguiles, so
Go ahead and
beguile
give
so
me
hard.
2d6 for your psychic damage, and then 1d10 for your fire damage.
So 2d6
Right.
first, then 1d10 after.
Okay, great, here we go.
It's a 4. That's a 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
Ah.
7 plus the 10, 17.
17.
The 2d6s was 4.
Okay.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good hit.
Very
good
good
hit.
hit.
Did it notice me?
You shot it. I would hope so. Do you want to do anything with your bonus
I
action?
do, actually. Thank you for asking, Jasmine.
Yeah. Or your movement.
I want to get on top of the cow.
How much do you weigh?
That's actually a really personal
Well,
question.
you've made yourself large as well. If you had a sled or something, but I think going directly on the back in your large form, I think you would know. Maybe you've learned the hard way.
Dang.
One time when you were a little girl and they brought a miniature pony to your home for your birthday party.
The miniature pony. You're hitting me where it hurts the most.
Perhaps your father had rented a miniature pony for your birthday one year. You got so excited you became larger. When you sat upon its back, you realized that was not the best idea. That memory comes flooding back to you. You see the large footprints you're leaving in the sand and you think to yourself, maybe it's not a good idea. Diamond never recovered.
Diamond. Psychic damage.
I've discussed it in therapy and we're still talking about
It
it.
had to be a miniature
It had to be a
pony.
miniature pony. Could I like semi-start mounting the one of them and then just be like, oh.
Absolutely. Reliving your trauma is
Yeah.
a free action. Go ahead and move your token.
Okay, where are the bovines?
So 40 feet is about this. So this is about as far as you can go right now.
Yeah.
I measured it. It's about
Like
here.
here?
It's like right around here.
Okay.
That's about 40 feet.
Thank you for measuring it for me, Mayanna.
No problem.
Cadmus, you're up.
I imagine that this is like in the movies where there's like a whole murder scene going on and there's like someone with earphones just coloring in a book. I've been scrolling and not really paying attention, and then I look up and see these giant worms attacking my friends. I'm going to try and make my way to about right here. Thank you, Mayanna. I'll pull my wand out and I will cast Hold Person at 3rd level, and I will cast it on our mystery friend and Joseph Young.
Okay.
And that is a 16 wisdom save.
Yeah, so your DC is 16? So that's a success. And you said Joseph the Younger? That is a 15. Joseph the Younger is held.
Nice.
I don't want to give away my position. I think that my magic takes a physical sort of representation so that you would know he is affected, and so I don't have to say anything, and what I will try and do is just remain hidden, stealthy, which is an action, but I'm just trying to stay out of the way.
All right. You see the small robed figure throw back her hood, and you see now a tiny little gnome. Her hair looks like sentient worms growing out of her head. A few of them have eyes that kind of look out, similar to a beholder. And she just simply says, "We ascend to the stars," and casts gaseous form on herself. She turns into gas and kind of drifts up into the air, becoming kind of difficult to hit. Almost like a fog cloud, except like kind of greenish tinged in color for flavor. She just kind of like rises up above the dunes.
Dang.
Seeing this, Joseph the Elder goes, "Yes, yes, we'll all ascend," and prostrates himself before one of these creatures, throwing himself to his knees as he does so. That is going to be his action.
Cool. All right.
As he supplicates before the maw of this creature.
Oh, hells.
Joseph the Younger is paralyzed, so he will not be taking an action on his turn, but he does get to make the same save at the end of his turn for that whole person. This time with a 17 on the die, regaining the use of his abilities, but that is his entire turn. With that, it is this creature's turn. It's going to surge forward.
I'm scared for him.
Oof. Are those D20s?
Yeah, 3 hits.
Holy.
42.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I heard 42.
Yeah.
Was that right? I hope you've all prepared new characters.
You see its many arms kind of skittering as it begins to tear apart Joseph the Elder's frame. As he does, his blood whipping through the air, darkening the sand. You see him throw his robes open, and you see a large eye on his chest as he himself says, "Yes, I'm ready."
An actual eye.
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be this one's turn, Sailor. Because it's oriented in your general direction and you are like this lovely flying target, you just see energy collect inside the mouth and then shoot towards you in a perfect crimson ray.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
18 is my AC. My
Okay.
shield only works for attack. It says attack roll or magic missile. I'm assuming that won't react as a reaction. That won't affect us then.
Shield? You could use shield here to raise your AC. I don't see why not.
Cool. In which case, it's a reaction as well. I see this thing, this ray coming towards me.
Yes.
And immediately, instinctively, my wings just go like straight in front of it and just take the blow and then sort of like dispel it as my wings then flash out again. Until the start of your next turn, you have +5 bonus to your AC. My AC is
Great
now
spell.
23.
Absolutely
So I take the
fantastic.
hit and just dissipate it and then
Yes.
carry on flying.
Scintillating with the magic of your celestial lineage, you are able to push this like magical ray aside, thwarting the attack. You see the creature kind of hiss with anger.
Yeah. That's what we say where I come from. Big tent, no poles, sir. They fly around.
It is then going to move forward to Lil P, and it's going to make 2 attacks with its stingers. That's only an 11 and then a 15. I don't think either of those hit.
My AC is 14.
Oh, then the second one does hit, dealing 9 piercing damage plus 10 poison damage as one of the stingers sticks into your Goliath side. At first, you're shocked as it pierces your tough hide, and then you feel a burning sensation as it dispenses some type of toxic agent into you. You see its maw kind of skittering and clacking, all like innumerable teeth all around you as it like churns and kind of bears down on you. Sapphira, you're up.
Okay. One of the cool things about my Vestige Patron is I get some additional spells that I don't normally get access to. As part of the new subclass, the Vestige manifests drawing strength from my pact, so it has its own stat block. It's a Vestige companion. So for this one, I get access to Guiding Bolt.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, so the shadow of my patron extends out behind me. Let's see what we get. This is something I flavored, by the way. If it's a 1 and a 2, it's one thing. 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Love it.
So let's see. Okay, we have 2. So it's a young girl with a staff with 3 skulls on it, and her staff sort of extends into this strange spectral bow and arrow, guiding bolt style, and one of the skulls is on the end of it, and it fires at this creature. So
Which of the 2?
The one that's engaged with Princess Hobnip.
Got it.
Or Lil P.
Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
If it hits, people get advantage on their next attack. So
Fantastic.
fingers crossed. That is a 23 to hit.
Nice.
That is a hit.
That is going to be 66 celestial damage.
Yes.
Good roll.
20 damage.
Damn.
Good
And
damage.
as the guiding bolt makes purchase with the creature, this weird skeletal arrow glows, and whoever targets it next will have advantage on that attack.
Gorgeous.
You just set me up for something fucking cool.
I can take a bonus action to command it to take an action from its own stat block. So, and it has its own movement. So I'm gonna move the little shadow.
I'm imagining like the little girl from like those Japanese horror movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely. And she's giggling. It's very disconcerting.
Hair always falls in front of her face for
Yes,
no reason whatsoever.
Like, hello, father.
Hello, father.
So it's gonna target the one that's trying to eat Joseph the Elder. +6 to hit. Let's see what happens. That is a 15 + 6 to hit.
That is a hit.
Great. So it's a 1d6 + 6. Okay. So that's 2 + 6. So 8. 8 fire damage.
Amazing.
Nice.
And then we have Echo and Rascal. Would you like to do anything with your familiar?
Echo's going to skitter across the battlefield and climb up Lil P's legs and perch on the other shoulder. So you got a frog and you got a fennec fox. And that'll be Echo's turn.
Perfect.
She nibbles on your ear.
I'm just gonna have Rascal skitter through the sand and join me on my shoulder.
Perfect. Sailor, you're up. Top of the initiative order.
Okay.
As you're surveying the field, you hear a rumbling behind one of the broken down yurts, and sure enough, see another
my
maw begin
God.
to emerge from the sands.
No way.
As that happens, I was actually looking over at our team, and a little smile was sort of creeping over his face, like, oh, hell yeah. And then suddenly his, and that's when I see the other things like, oh, hells. All right, well, one problem at a time. What I'm gonna do is I wanna kind of twist and arc, draw my wings in, and I'm gonna barrel roll towards and try and land two-footed on top of the thing that's attacking Little P.
Absolutely.
This is with advantage for my first hit.
Yes.
Correct, cool. So the first one goes on. That is a 15 plus...
That's a hit?
Plus 7, yeah, that's an easy hit, that's 22. My unarmed strike is 1d8 plus 4, but my wings are apparent, which gives me an extra radiant damage attack to it.
Amazing.
So I go quickly to species traits. Heavenly Wings. Once you're transformed, you gain an additional 3 radiant damage onto a target when you deal damage to it with an attack or a spell. I twist and then I spring out and my wings go wide and my 2 feet go straight on top of it. I'm then gonna roll a d8. This is +4 + 3.
Plus 7.
1d8 plus 7. It's a 6 plus 7, that's 13 points damage.
13.
Second attack without advantage.
Big first hit.
Big first hit. Second attack without advantage, so that's just that's 12 plus 7, that's 19.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
That's a hit. And that's gonna be the same thing again, d8 plus 7. So that's a 6 plus 7 for another 13 points of damage, so that's gonna be 26 in total.
Fantastic.
So with a free action, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right, and then I'm going to use Step of the Wind. Step of the Wind is a monk ability, and if I spend 1 focus, which I'm doing, I can take Disengage and Dash as the bonus action. My jump
Amazing.
distance is doubled. So even though I can fly, I'm actually going to jump straight over towards Joseph the Younger.
Yeah, no op attack since you're
No
disengaging.
up attacks, I'm disengaging. In preparation to grab him on the next go, to try and get him out of there so he can stop being food for these god things.
As you jump and land near Joseph the Younger, give me an insight check.
All right, insight is with +5. 15 for a dirty 20.
For dirty 20, as you kind of look at his face and you see the lower lip trembling and you see him watching what is happening to Joseph the Elder, you would notice that his resolve is faltering.
Cool.
You see his hands kind of reaching for the censer. You see his feet twitch as though he's about to make a run for it, but then he's like trying to hold himself and be strong in his faith.
I gotta say, come with me if you want to live.
Low pay,
Hi.
you're up.
I'm going to do 2 attacks with my scimitar and my short sword.
Use.
Amazing.
With like a whoosh, with a +5 to hit. So I just click scimitar and short sword, right?
Yes.
Easy peasy. Here we go.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Sick? Was that?
That's a 6.
I think it was a little on the cusp.
It was a 1. It's a 6 with your modifier. You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the natural one.
So maybe try the short sword.
Oh.
That's 14.
That hits.
14.
No, it does not.
Oh.
There's a saying at every table, which is there's one person at the table's job to roll badly and look pretty.
That is true. That is true. Although, I didn't hear the pretty stuff, but
Look pretty. That's the second part.
You poor thing. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Lil P. Your attacks gain no purchase.
None of
It's,
those hit. None of those previous. No. Great.
One of its many limbs comes out, sort of turning your scimitar aside and your short sword. Would you like to use your bonus action?
Yes, I would.
What would you like to do with your bonus action?
I'm gonna move. I've got 2 animals on me now. I'm a parent.
Proud, familiar parent.
We're using my second wind tactical shift, which means that if I move away, I will not get an opportunity attack.
nice.
Brilliant. Wise move.
I'm gonna move between my 2 bovine friends.
You move towards the ox. And this was your tactical shift, correct?
Yes.
So you do still regain your hit points. Go ahead and roll those now as you get your second wind.
1d10 + 6, that's what I regain. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing.
9 points of healing.
Nice.
That's not bad.
No, it's fine. I have no expectations anymore. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I love you.
Cadmus, it's your turn.
Yay.
Yay. I did see that this one is a bit slower and worse for wear. The one
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
was attacking Lil P. So Cadmus is going to steal himself. He's going to run, get in front of this thing,
Oh.
and then he's going to put on some sunnies.
Oh.
And he's going to take his wand out, stick it right into its maw, and cast Fireball.
Whoa!
Damn.
Point blank, ground zero, fireball.
Sort of
Dude.
looking out this way, and I will roll.
As you do so, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Not the counter
Counter spell.
Oh,
Okay, but you know what? This is good. I have
You
a
got it.
+6 to my con save.
All
you
right.
got
And that's a
this.
16.
Yeah.
Let's see, wait, where's the thing?
Bated breath.
You needed a 15.
All right.
I hear in my mind my mom's voice. Act, don't think. And I cast Fireball into its mouth.
Amazing.
Into its core.
And I think it makes a dex save here.
It will, yes, a 16.
It is firing it straight into its mouth.
You see that it is almost eager when you cast spells.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes
Oh.
sense.
It's going to make its save with advantage.
That's crazy.
It's gotta be
That's
the
a 13. It had to beat a 16, so you'll be getting full damage on this.
Okay.
Ooh. So I think just for flavor, because I am of the arcane knowledge, I feel that there's some sort of arcane exchange happening here, and it feels like, oh, I just got the better of this thing. And so it encourages me a little bit more. And so I take the sunnies off and stare into its maw.
Whoa.
Wow.
As I cast Fireball. 8d6 rolling.
Oh.
27 points of damage.
27 points of fire damage.
Damn.
It is bloodied. You can see that it's like worse for the wear, but you wouldn't be able to determine more than that on a quick cursory glance.
Okay, what would Cadmus do? Cadmus would realize it didn't die.
Bonus action cower.
yeah, the courage that I found dissipates rather quickly.
Yeah.
I look to Sailor, I look to Hobnip, I look to Sapphira. There's no one in my immediate vicinity to help me. I turn and I run. I can't run because I used my movement. I think about the fact that I've survived 12 days in this desert, never having done this, and that I just did major damage to this this creature. And I think that my friends are going to help me, so I take this position, a defensive position with my wand. And that is my turn.
With that is Joseph the Elder's turn. On his turn, he's going to use his action to raise up his hands once again in supplication. He says to you all, you were promised a prophecy. And he says, yes, the prophecy. I can hear it. It speaks to me. And conjures an image before you all. You see the image of a flump appear in the air. Yes, the future is clearer now more than ever.
Okay, yeah.
And reveals an image of a flump, which looks something like this.
Very cute.
And he just says, yes, the future, it has never been more clear. And then he makes eye contact with you and says, seek this being, you will need it before the end.
Sailor just thinks to himself, man, this guy's a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic, you know what I mean?
I have never heard this in my life. I am delighted. Joseph the Younger begins to waver, and seeing Sailor kind of like landing in front of him, he says, I don't think I want to die. He puts his hand up to you if you take it.
I will definitely take it. Yeah, for sure.
The giant thorny creature in front of you snarls, still smoking from this fire damage. You see its mouth open and you expect sound, and instead you just see vibrations. And then you see static begin to form in the air all around you. Those of you that are within this circle, give me an intelligence saving throw.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Are you casting a spell?
Absolutely.
I am counterspelling.
Yes.
You may attempt to do so.
Okay.
I believe it's going to make a Constitution save.
Yes, a con 16 saving throw.
Dude,
Okay.
that's great.
And it has advantage,
Yes.
as established
this
before.
advantage thing is really
Hey, it had
making me
advantage.
stressed out. No.
advantage last time.
But it's intriguing because it's a monster.
I see.
Why would it have advantage on magic stuff?
Ooh, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Why would it have an understanding of the weave?
Because it's not a monster.
That's what I'm thinking too.
You said it needs to beat a
16. Con
16. Here we go.
16, damn.
A dirty
Damn.
20.
Damn.
Your magic comes out as you attempt to counterspell, and you only embolden it as all of your magic is just greedily devoured into this maw and unleashed back on you like a backlash wave. Everyone in the sphere, give me an intelligence saving throw.
I'm gonna use luck, my lucky ability.
21 for me.
21.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a save. Success.
Okay, I'm gonna roll mine with advantage. It's a 9, and that, oh my god, that's a 5. That's a 9.
Failure.
Yep.
Can I just not?
Do you choose
Do
to
you,
fail?
do you concede to the
you think-
sphere?
No, you know what? Hi, let's go.
I'm sending the vibes.
It's a nat 20.
Come on,
Nat
vibes. Come on.
It's not 20. No, it's not. It's not. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? You know what, Dev? You tried, mate.
This is an important arc for Dev as a player
And as a person.
And as a person. It's the 5 stages of grief in real time.
This is true.
I love a good monkey's paw, Dev.
Oh,
Devil's
no.
bargain.
monkey's paw?
Monkey's paw is you wish for something and it comes with a massive sting in its tail.
Oh, done.
I don't know if the sting in the tail is like not a positive thing. It's against you. It's not like you get a sting in the tail as well. You can sting somebody else.
Thank you, Neil. That's enough from you.
Okay.
Done.
I love it.
Okay.
She's going on her own hero's journey.
I'm off. I'm off. You know?
Yeah. Oh.
You know, like when you touch someone after you've been walking on a shaggy carpet? This is the feeling you've come to associate with your friend's magic. As somehow this frog pushing against the thread of fate. And sometimes it's okay to do this for your players that are having particularly bad games. Even though I don't believe in the rule of cool, I do believe in bending the rules sometimes to help someone and then punishing them with them later.
Yep.
It's the trade-off you make.
Your friend, not your familiar, your friend who has been true polymorphed into a small
My
poison
employer,
dart
but-
frog.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, I think maybe this is a wrong time to mention that to him because then he might not reweave fate for you.
No, that's just an internal thought. That's internal, not external.
This isn't the first time you've messed up on the job, and often when you do, you feel fate itself and the weave itself kind of move around you, and oftentimes you feel as though you've gotten a second chance, almost like a little bit of deja vu.
Cool. Cool.
That's
Yeah.
powerful.
Is it
Yeah.
like time
Powerful
is like
frog.
revert? It's like we've gone back in time.
It's like you feel like you've done this before, but this time it ended up a little differently.
Wow.
Go ahead and roll that d20 again for me.
for the intelligence
This is
saving
a new
throw?
this is a new spell from Arcana Unleashed, and I'm glad we got to use it.
Dude, hell yeah.
You want a different die? You want this one?
You know what, Christian? Sometimes you just got to succumb to your fate. I'm doing it digitally. All right, here goes nothing.
13?
13. You needed a 15.
Yeah, it's not going above a 10. I don't know what to tell you.
I just imagine the frog being like, what the
Yeah.
So did everyone fail?
No, I'm not in it.
You're not in it.
He succeeded, I think.
23 or 21.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
success. Okay. Let's roll for our other two friends. Joseph the Younger is in the clear.
Nice job, Joseph the Younger. Honestly,
good
I'm
job.
really rooting for Joseph the Younger. Every campaign, there's an NPC you just root for. And for me, this campaign,
the Younger.
it's Joseph the Younger.
Joseph the Elder, that guy. Joseph the Younger, we want to
Well, no,
say.
you know why? It's because he had doubt.
He had doubt,
It's because he has doubts.
which is healthy.
Yes.
Some would say the precursor of faith is doubt.
Okay, let's do it. This is going to be psychic damage.
Holy. Oh my god, there are so many sixes on that board.
31 points of psychic damage.
Well, I'm dead.
You're down.
No, you're not.
No,
Yeah, I
dead.
had 30 hit points.
That's not dead.
That's
down.
not dead.
That's not
You're
dead.
knocked
You're
out.
dead.
Yeah, but
You're not down.
The air crackles
Whoa.
with this almost, like I said, static energy. Those of you who failed your save, you also have muddled thoughts for 1 minute.
What does muddled thoughts mean? I have
This
no
means
idea.
you'll have to subtract 1d6 from your attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. You just hear white noise and your vision blurs.
Oh wow. So what if we want to heal somebody? Does that affect that?
No.
No. Okay. Good. All right.
Is it halved for a success?
Yes,
So
halved on a
16
success.
will round up on 16?
I think I said we round down. Let's keep it consistent. So go ahead and round down.
Rounding down.
Thank you, 15.
I am going to be a little cruel
Okay.
and say that Echo has been dismissed as you're familiar with that synaptic
Sure,
static.
that makes sense, yeah.
Dev, so basically now that you're at 0 hit points, every single time it's your turn, you're gonna make what's called a death saving throw.
Yep. Yep. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Through a blinding headache, I opened my eyes and holy I'm still alive. Okay, he didn't eat me.
Yeah, I'm hanging on like a hair on a biscuit.
The freshly emerged Thornback from behind you, Sailor, soars towards this supplication offered by Joseph the Elder, flying 40 feet as it does so.
Okay.
That's 2 more hits on Joseph the Elder, who has proven to be a very stalwart meat shield for you all.
Thank you, Joseph.
Oh.
So that's 13 plus 31, 44 points of damage. The Elder Joseph still stands,
Whoa.
unshaken in his faith. But the image of the flump flickers out of view as it is rapidly devoured greedily by these 2 creatures. Sapphira, you're up.
Okay. Where are the cultists' horses at this time?
They were hitched sort of at the beginning or the entrance into this camp with those along those rotted palm trees, which is sort of close to these creatures over here.
Okay. Because one of these is bloodied or close to death, I am going to try to fire, again with guiding bolt, at the one that is engaged with Cadmus.
Okay.
I have a +6. I have a -2 from exhaustion. I'm gonna roll it digitally. That is an 18.
That is a hit.
Let's go!
66 radiant damage.
Gorgeous. Roll damage.
24.
Yeah.
24 damage. The creature reels, barely holding on to life. You see now its legs kind of give out underneath it, its maw still smoking from that fireball as it skitters and attempts to almost get away. You see it barely holding itself together.
It starts to flee.
It can't because it's not its turn.
Okay, but it wants to run.
Yes. You're so close. You're so close.
I haven't used my movement. I'm gonna relinquish my bonus action so that my Vestige companion may attack.
Okay.
It is a +6 ranged. I'm gonna do this one physically.
Yeah.
Come on, creepy little girl.
Yeah, come on, creepy girl.
Just need to beat a 15.
That is a 7 + 6, that is a 13. So that is okay. She tries to, shoot a little blast. That does not work. I am going to shout to my party to retreat. I'm going to use my entire movement to move off map in retreat. And my Vestige companion comes with me. Rascal will move on their turn.
Okay. With Echo out of the picture, it is Rascal's turn.
Oh, he's so close to death, you said, yes? Rascal sees me retreat, and Rascal joins me. We are retreating.
Good go.
Sailor.
All right, over the table question. You can use Misty Step to get the fuck out, and that doesn't has no opportunity attack.
Nope.
Okay, you're one less thing that I have to worry about. That's great. So I look back, see all my friends have all this stuff is happening, but I also see the Thornback has just gone blitzing straight past Little P's unconscious body. He's not the smartest guy, but he's also kind of savvy. He just goes, oh, the magic. They're drawing on magic. I look at the guy again, run! And then I just literally, off my back, I've got this contraption that I open up and flip out, and it pops up into my windskiff. And I just jump onto it, and immediately just dig my heels into the back of it, and it soars forward. I aim the front just to scoop up the unconscious body of Little P, do a sharp left immediately, and then I'm gonna take out a potion of healing, the only one I have, and just pour it into her neck. And as I do so, I'm just gonna go, Your Highness, herpes.
Brilliant.
I think it's just going to be a piloting roll, which will probably be based off your dex.
Sure.
On getting her up onto the skiff, and that.
Acrobatics tool help?
I think if you're using,
So I'm literally using the
your
body.
weight,
Yeah.
yeah,
All
we
right.
can definitely do that.
I have no more luck left. With acrobatics, I get +10.
Okay.
You just need a 12.
That's 25.
You all see one of the Dukes of the Dunes in his full glory. Well, P, you get the uppies you always dreamed of as you are whisked up into the air for a brief moment and land gently onto the base of the wind skiff. Do you want to roll for your potion of healing?
Yeah, 2d4 +4.
And you said you're moving off the map?
I'm going to move her and myself off the map
Please, let's.
with one caveat. So, okay, so this is first for healing. That's 4. +4, that's 8. That's 9, 10, 11 points of healing.
11 points of healing.
Which will get you out of that.
Perfect.
When she wakes up, we sort of go, Agnes, herpes. Look back. The last thing to do as we sort of sail off is I want to look back at Cadmus. Good luck, kid. And then just take her off.
Okay.
Hobnip, it's your turn. You're off the
It's
map.
my turn. Okay, I'm at 11 hit points now. I mean, So Lil P, I think, wakes up and is like,
You're like this on top of a surfboard.
where she is?
You just see stars literally kind of zipping past.
And to be honest, for a moment, I don't want to get up. It's quite nice.
If you
and,
want to lay in gentle repose on the wind skiff, I think you're allowed to.
Oh, Sailor, what I was really giving that one the old 1-2, you know, mate? I was so close.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a hold back.
I know you did.
Recounting the story of how I nearly killed this. Yeah.
Without any.
He was nearly dead, mate. I nearly got him, yeah. But then he ran away, innit? And it's like, come on, mate. And I know, like, you did it, but I could have had him.
I
could have had him, mate.
Without any hint of irony or giving away the fact that I absolutely know that's not how that went down, I go, sure did, Your Highness.
Next time, mate, innit? Yeah.
Oh. You just rest up now and just like sort of sail. We sort of sail away.
And I will lie back, and I will look at the stars, and I'll have a great time.
Cadmus.
So the last thing that happened to Cadmus was the psychic, the sound
Synaptic
spell.
static.
What's it called?
Synaptic static. All of the
static.
synapses in your brain fired off at once. You were able to shrug off half of that damage, and your thoughts are not muddled because you did manage to make the save. But like I said, you did see your vision blur for a moment, and you did feel a little bit of blood maybe start to trickle out of your nose.
With the synaptic static, I fall into my knees, and I've dropped my wand, and I'm sort of holding onto my skull. I look up in time to see Sailor riding off. And the only thing that comes to mind is my mother saying to me, everyone falls, but not everyone gets up. And I reach in the sand for my wand, and I look into this gaping maw, and I cast Firebolt into its mouth. Which, before I do that, I can also then cast Misty Step because they're not, one's a cantrip and one's a...
Yes.
Firebolt.
Woo, Firebolt.
So I will stand to my full height. I assume an offensive position. I access the weave and I cast Firebolt into its maw.
I have to tell you, this is actually a very wise thing to do. This creature is in its sort of death throes. It is desperate to consume any magic it can in a desperate attempt to stay alive. Had you Misty Stepped, it definitely would have tried to counterspell you.
Yeah.
But with the Firebolt and wanting to save its own skin, it will most likely attempt to counterspell that instead. Give me a Constitution save.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smart.
Constitution save?
Constitution save.
So that was a 10
Plus
6 is 16.
You successfully cast the spell, roll to hit.
Oh,
Woo!
You just need to beat a 15.
that's crazy. No way.
Oh.
It's okay.
Wow.
This is cool. I like this.
Me too.
Your firebolt goes sailing through the air. You see the magic of it just like unmade as this creature begins to consume it, still thrashing against the sand, kicking up these sheets of glittering silica around you as it does so, the little pieces of glass you've created with your fireball. And for the first time, I think it dawns on you exactly what your mother was doing all those nights she wasn't at home. Perhaps she was trying to save you from having to live in a world with these creatures.
In the last 2 seconds of my turn here, I look to my wand, which has never failed me. I drop it, I cast Misty Step into the sky, and as soon as I corporealize, I'm running 40 feet towards the party.
You hear the sound of the thrashing thornbacks tearing apart this expeditionary camp behind you. You see sparks of spells flying somewhere in the distance, and for the first time, you realize sometimes even heroes flee, sometimes even heroes run. Our party is split amongst the dunes, with only the night sky as the wind begins to pick up. Scattered to the four directions, Cadmus stumbling, almost blind in the dark, with Echo no longer to guide you in a direction that you hope Sailor is in Sailor, your most reliable partner with you on your wind skiff. It's moving a little slower than usual with the extra burden, but it's one you're happy to carry. Once again alone and without a party, Sapphira, you look at dunes that are not recognizable to you. You saddle up and ride out into the desert, wondering if you'll ever see your new friends again. We'll see if you survive another day in the Anauroch desert.